Talk to
Yeah,
me
yeah.
about your development process. I mean, when you're looking at a deal, give us a walk from A to Z of, taking the deal, obviously negotiating the deal and putting it under contract, but from there to bringing the deal out of the ground. What does that look like from your team's perspective?
Yeah, so the biggest thing is, say you're doing a big deal like this. I mean, we already have some relationships with some of the people that we work with, but um, I would say the three biggest ones is going to be your general contractor, your cleaning company, and then your bank. So um, what I realized recently too, man, is like if you're working within your market or if you're going to a market that you're looking to invest, just go and walk into the bank. Don't like a lot of times like we're like people are getting this is going back to the beginning of the interview, like people are getting bombarded with emails and text
Hmm.
messages and phone calls, and everyone's inbox is full and blah blah blah. Just walk in the bank. Just walk in the bank and be like, I want to speak to do your research on the bank. Make sure they actually offer the commercial loans that your commercial construction loans or commercial loans that you're looking to get. But walk in the bank, ask to talk to someone, and more than likely they're probably going to take you that second. Is what I saw. Is I got to a point where I was getting frustrated with calling these banks, not getting answers, and they're just busy. They're nothing against them. It's just people are busy. So we walked in with local banks, talked to a couple of them, and we decided on one. So that's gonna be the first step.
By the
Second
way,
step,
can I make a
yeah,
comment here on this?
yeah, yeah.
Banks make money by lending money.
The product
I
is
mean,
money,
they want to approve you. They want to give you money. Period.
right?
So, remove the unwillingness to have this discussion or to be worried about it. You're actually doing them a favor. So, great
Money is
suggestion.
their product. Yeah, money is their
Exactly right.
product. It's that simple. Yeah. So that's the first step. Second step before you decide to go into a market is make sure that the infrastructure, not the infrastructure, the type of people that you're going to be hiring. I don't run the cleaning side of the company. That I push that out to a company that specializes in that, and I recommend people do that unless if you get to a certain point where you do want to take some revenue based off the cleaning fee. But um, making sure that the there are cleaners or at least cleaning companies in that area, again, depending on how big you want to do go. If you're only looking to do like one or two projects, it's fine to get maybe someone that like one or two people to take care of the project.
I think it's really
But
interesting that this is a part of the early part of the development process for short-term rentals. I think that's very unique because you're already thinking about, all right, this is a huge part of the management. If we don't have this, this may not be a deal for us.
yeah, and this is coming from someone who is part of the value to our investors is managing the property itself, and that's how we can
Sure.
get some of these higher returns. But it's the same thing. Like if you just replace the cleaning company with the manager, like you got to make sure that there's good short-term rental managers, because there's a difference between short-term rental management and long-term, like a person who's signing a six month to a year lease. So if you just replace that with the cleaning company with a management company, if you don't want to manage the properties, you want to make sure that there are good managers. I would say two to three that you can interview. That's the same thing if like Ken McElroy's book on multifamily investing talks about making sure that there are good multifamily managers in the area before, like in an area that you're looking to invest in, going out there and interviewing them. It's the same idea.
Yeah.
But going back to the cleaning company, making sure if you want to do some, you're going to see how good the cash flows are, and you're going to be okay. I want to do some of these bigger ones. If you're managing them yourself, you just want to make sure that you are selecting a cleaning crew that you can grow with. That's very important. And then the last step is GCs are sort of slammed right now. And it's like there's a wait list with general contractors and builders and stuff. So if you're looking to do these smaller projects, making sure that you're you're probably not going to find your GC on Google, because if they took the time to put together a nice looking website and they have forms where you can sort of find them and blah blah blah. Now, if you're doing a bigger project that might be a luxury project, um, you can probably convince them to work on you, but they might not take on like your 900 square foot cabin or your 1300 square foot cabin, or they might be booked out. So what one of my investors who actually did this for one of their projects where they live is they looked at all of who they went to the county's website, the city's website, and they saw who's pulling all of the building permits, and they sort of just went down the list because the builder has to put their phone number and their contact info there. Is they sort of just went down the list and started contacting some of these smaller builders. um, so if you're going into a new market, that's what I recommend doing. We have a really good relationship with the builder that we have now. And I'm always on the lookout. Like you should be always on the lookout for either upgrading your team. Say if my GC gets to a point where he's busy enough with my projects, but I still want to work on other projects, just having a backup GC to sort of to be able to take some of that overflow, depending on how flexible you are.